What's up YouTube, Webbers5 here, coming at you with the updates to my Magician Pendulum profile. Guys, before I get into it though, I just want to quickly say to you guys, I'm really sorry that I didn't upload one for the October format. I've been really busy recently, work's keeping me busy because of course we just had Halloween come up, and just several other stuff that's been going on in my life, which is why I haven't had the chance to update more frequently. So just quick apologies for you guys, but here's the deck profile update. I know I haven't done one since the previous ban list when all the best stuff got unbanned, like Wavering Eyes, and now of course we've just recently had that new ban list, so I'm going to stop rambling now and just let's get into the profile. Okay, so starting the profile off, I'm playing 3 copies of Astrograph Sorcerer. Because Astrograph's still really amazing in this deck. Like, you can special summon it from your hand pretty much at any point, just when one of your cards is destroyed, so including in battle, card effects. So a good way to get a 2/5 on board without using your Pendulum summon. So many good combo pieces for Astrograph. He's just like the main card in the deck right now. So maxing out on him. Next up, 3 copies of my Performance Power Skullcrabat Joker, because I don't use my normal summon in this deck unless I'm summoning him, so I can just get my searches off, start up quickly. Basically, don't need to spend too much time explaining why I play Joker. And then, still in the Perform Powers, 1 Perform Power Allies Dissolver, still playing him, because I just love having access to my fusion plays. He's still really useful. I have no problems in terms of bricking with him, because there's like never a bad time for me to have Dissolver, because I've got so many different fusion-based options of what I can do with Dissolver, so he's still really good for that. Next up, playing 2 Double Iris Magician. I was thinking of pumping this to 3, but right now I'm still finding that 2 is the right number, because I'm still playing Zark, and I wanted to slot a few other things in, which I'll get to in a moment. But yeah, Double Iris is really useful, helps me search out my Pendulum graphs to get myself set up going first, and with the return of Wavering Eyes, like, now I can set up with him turn 1, if I open both. Sturge Bolt Duelist Alliance, like, so good. Next up, maximizing out with 3 Black Fangs, because Black Fang's got the highest attack of the Magicians, so really useful. Really good for baiting out things like Solemn Strike and Warning, because if you summon this out with it, like, he'll die, but then you get a res out of it, so yeah, pretty decent. Scale 8 as well, which is quite nice. Still just the 1 White Wing, just for the Zark play. Don't really play it for any other reason than that. If you're not playing Zark, you don't need to play this card. Like, you would never use this at all. Unless you're playing Zark, which I am. Maxing out still with Triple Purple Poison Magician. Tending to use this a lot more as my main scale, just to pump up my monster's strength, to run over stuff. And also, it was pointed out to me of something I've been going wrong with, is that after you do Purple Poison's effect, it's still before you apply the battles on damage calculation, so after you pump your monster's points and destroy it, you have the option to target and destroy something before you apply your damage, so good way to bait stuff out like that. Really useful against Deco Talker as well, so which I'm finding is quite frequent at my locals, because Deco Talker is still like one of the most generic links, and just useful for helping beat over generic stuff, so yeah. Next up, 3 Harmonizing Magician. Again, one of my good scale 8s if I'm trying to push for damage. Also, just good for setting up, because when it's Pendulum Summon from my hand, just drop them from deck, which gives me access to a quick rank 4 play, or since it's a tuner, also a synchro play. Rarely, sometimes I could use it for a fusion play. I wouldn't normally use Harmonizing to go into a link play, because generally I want to do a link summon before I do my Pendulum Summon if I can help it, unless I'm going at it in main phase 2. So yeah. 1 Oath Dragon, pump this deck. I'm not sure how many I was playing the last time I did my deck profile, but at the moment, just playing it as 1, because I always put it in my scale off Wisdom Eye, and generally I don't want to draw into it, so, and 1's fine for the moment. Don't really use him as anything else in the scale, so just like that. 3 Wisdom Eyes, per usual, just helps set up. I get the emergency ban list that they had recently was primarily on Spirals, but yeah, I was expecting this to actually get hit again, because Wisdom Eye is just too good, but we'll see over the developing format. But I guess for the moment they were more focused on Spirals. than anything else, because if you guys saw YCS Dallas and London, Spirals just completely dominated that thing. That's it for the pendulums in the deck. Next up is just the other monsters I'm playing. One maxi, like, no explanation needed for that, because too much special summoning this for me. And then the last of my monster lineup, I'm just playing 3 Ash Blossom. Again, that's just based on the current format, and usually with this deck, I've had lots of different options of stuff I could be playing. Right now, I'm just finding Ash Blossom and Maxi are the best choices for the current format. If the format starts to change, like, I might maybe change this around, but for the moment, this is working fine. Moving on into the spell lineup. Still maining my 3 Cosmic Cyclones. Just good for taking out problematic back row. Pretty useful in the mirror as well to banish pendulums so that they don't get revived. But I might swap this out. It depends how relevant back row becomes in the next format. Still 3 copies of Duelist Alliance because I've got so many search targets in my deck, and just a good way to help set up. Next, 2 copies of Star Pendulum Graph. Like, I find 3 is too. Like, I find one it doesn't work because you'd rather have a backup. 3 is too much of a brick, so just playing it out at 2. And 3 Wavering Eyes, recently from the unbanning of last month. Like I said, I haven't done an updated profile since a while, so you guys haven't seen that I'm now using Wavering Eyes in my build. Just so good for Pendulum potential. Combos really well with the Astrograph, because you Wavering Eyes, nuke your scale, and since you've destroyed 2, you burn your opponent for 500, search a Pendulum monster. The best Pendulum monster to search off this is always Astrograph, because after you're done resolving, the last thing that was happened is your Pendulum was destroyed, so you can use the effect of Astrograph to summon himself and then grab another copy of the monster you just destroyed. And if any of the stuff you destroyed was either Purple Poison, Black Fang, or Double Iris, then you get their additional destruction effect as well. Like, I was surprised to see this card got straight unbanned up to 3. I was quite expecting it to be come back to 1 first, see how it goes. But yeah, like I said, we've been in a kind of Spiral-dominated format, so this hasn't made too much of a difference. But essentially, now that Spiral's out of the picture, Pendulum decks might start coming back, but I'm going to go into that in a bit. And then just my standard 2 traps in the deck, 2 copies of Time Pendulum Graph, just good as your way to out problematic stuff and just get a free potential send if you don't destroy 2 cards, which is pretty nice. Non-targeting send's pretty nice. Okay, extra deck. Start with my fusions I'm playing. 1 Eyes Vortex Dragon, because he's still really good. Just negate your stuff, put pendulums from the extra back into your main deck, so lets you like recycle Joker, Astrograph, so that's pretty useful. Gets all your best resources back. 1 Gatling Ghoul still, because main phase 2 burn if I can't deal enough damage. Yeah, love it for that. Still one Sprinkling Starving Venom, because it's easy to make, contact fusion, grants me piercing damage, lets me steal the effects of stuff from anywhere, which is pretty nice. 1 Zark still, because Zark's amazing, few ways to get over it. Generally, if I can drop Zark, I win, which is really nice. Synchro lineup, 1 Beals, just because a lot of the time if I'm in the position where I'm like, I'm not sure if I want to make a fusion play, synchro play, Xyz. If I'm like in a position I can't make one of my good fusions, or I'm done pretty much setting up with my Xyz, like Bills is just a nice, easy option to go to. 1 Enlightenment Paladin still, just for useful for burning for game. That's another thing, recovering my spells. I don't use him too frequently, but I feel maybe I might start using him a bit more now that I'm maxed, because he will be powered up by Purple Poison. It just really kind of depends how the format progresses. Like, yeah. Like, I've never really been sure about Enlightenment Paladin in my deck, but he still kind of works with the deck, so I'm just going to keep him for the moment and maybe change things around if necessary. Still the one Ignista, because Ignista's broken in any Pendulum deck. Just kill something, spin something for free, and then, as I mentioned with Wavering Eyes, if it was one of the Magicians that go off by destruction, additional stuff from that, and of course combos well with Astrogroth for that same purpose, and just broken in the mirror. One Supreme Queen Dragon Clearwing, just as a way to nuke your opponent's board and smash for damage. I like that. It's always nice. Xyz Monsters. This is a new one. New thing I've updated since the last one. I'm now playing one copy of number 41 Baguska. Just as a casual, pretty much the same reason most people are playing him, as a stall tactic card. Because for those of you who haven't seen what Baguska does, gets 2 different effects depending if he's in attack and defense mode. If he's in attack mode, then your opponent cannot target or destroy him with card effects. And if he's in defense mode, every monster on the field goes into defense mode, and he negates the activated effects of monsters, which is pretty much the reason I'm playing him, just to stall out to prevent activated effects. If only he worked well against Trickstars. But that's what my next card on my extra deck is for Trickstar matchups. One Trapeze Magician, because Trapeze stops any damage you would take that's less than 2500. Pretty much most of the burns you're going to get from Trickstar are less than that amount, so protects you from the Trickstar burn, also opens options for potential OTKs. One Supreme Queen Dark Rebellion, just to hit over big monsters and go for mass damage at the same time. One Time Star Magician. I cranked this down from 2 because, frankly, in a lot of my games, I have seen no reason for the second one. Originally, I was playing 2 because Lithosogym was a thing, and I really need him, but now Lithosogym's banned, so generally don't need Time Star as much anymore. And it just opens the way for new stuff. One Tornado Dragon, just for back row removal. Sometimes if I can't hit a Cosmic Cyclone, that's a nice alternative option. And then just for my links, one Decode Talker, just the most generic link that I've got. Most generic I can make in this deck, so playing him. And then the last card of my extra deck, I'm playing one Proxy Dragon. There's not really... Main reason I'm just using this for the moment is I had space. Quite a few people at my and this is primarily for locals purposes. A lot of people my locals play Decode Talker. By default, Decode Talker has a link that points to your field, so if my opponent's got Decode Talker on the field, I can just link into a Proxy Dragon and open up 2 more zones there, plus my extra monster zone, which gives me access to 3 monsters, which is quite nice. Okay, so that's the... So yeah, that's pretty much it. Don't know if to talk about the tips back to me. Alright, so that's the deck profile, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that. That's going the wrong way, sorry. So yeah, that's the updated profile. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, comment, and subscribe as always. And I shall be uploading, and I'll also be posting a link in the description just of a small discussion that I've got in relation to what I feel for the potential of Pendulums in the upcoming November/2018 format. Okay, thanks guys, bye.